Hello, everybody, and welcome to, you guessed it, the top 5 best top 5 episodes. Oh my god, my mind's blown.
Right? Super meta over
Yes,
here.
absolutely. You guys have been asking for that for a long time. I've seen a lot of comments on Twitter, Facebook, on YouTube comments here. Like, what are the best top 5 episodes? Well, these are some of our favorites that we're going to tell you about right now. I know everyone has their own favorites. None of these are wrong. None of yours are wrong.
Right.
Okay? This is
There's
a subjective thing.
Literally 100 to choose from,
Yes.
so, you know.
Right, that's why we're doing this, because we got through 100 episodes of Top 5. This is episode 101. Okay, that's a milestone. Amazing.
Woo.
We got to 3 digits, man. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's
Dino Rob
awesome.
is dead. I love it. No more Dino Rob. And we get to talk about and reflect on our work a little bit. So let's get into number 5 right now, Heather. It's something that I think you have a passing familiarity with.
Yes, our number 5 item on the list here is one of the first top 5s that I ever hosted. So it's a very memorable one for me, and probably one of my personal favorites as well. So here it is, number 5. Number 5. Top 5 worst Walter Benasiak performances. So this actually kind of started as a discussion months before this. We were talking about funny April Fool's top 5s, and we came up with the idea of what would happen if we did a top 5 worst Walter performances.
Right.
And this was the result. Obviously, we thought it was funny enough to go ahead with it.
Right. It's not a usual episode of Top 5, especially for back then, because I was still doing actors and actresses at that point. Just look at some of my older stuff, some very old stuff at this point.
Right.
And just kind of poke some fun at myself and everything. And that was a fun thing to do. And having Heather hosted, she did a great job. It's an interesting challenge writing for someone making fun of me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
At least you know the things, though. I feel like sometimes if I'm just writing to, like, make fun of you, I might hit a cut that's just too deep. So at least I didn't cut too deep.
No, you could have said whatever at this point. I mean, like, the job back then obviously was just doing best and worst performances from actors and stuff, so it's only fair that I get the worst, part of that too.
Right.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, every week I see it in comments anyway. I'm terrible, I'm awful. So now you got to see me at my worst, for real this time.
The actual worst.
The actual worst. One was an actual high school project I did.
Yes, oh my gosh, and that was the super kick.
Super kick safety. Shawn
And
Michaels.
I know
Yes.
nothing about wrestling, so I'm reading this script that Walter sent me, and I'm like, I have to talk like Shawn Michaels and then do the super kick?
Do the super kick.
Like, I
You
had
did
to,
a good one.
I had to look it up. It took me like 5 takes to be able to be like, ugh.
Yeah, you got it. You got it, man. It looked great. I uploaded all those on my personal channel, so you can go on there and make fun of me all you want.
Right. I mean, we can't talk about them and not let the people be able to judge for themselves.
Yes. Noir, I'm Still Here, my first 2 feature films I did with my best friends, and Super Kick Safety are all on my personal channel, so you can revel in my embarrassment as well. I think the opening bit, a lot of people still talk about.
Yes.
Walter? Yes, that was good. It all worked out pretty well. It was definitely one of my favorites. I don't know if this is conceited, putting my own top 5 on my favorite top 5 list, but I'm gonna put it there anyway, man.
Because it was fun.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites for sure. Definitely.
And I know, like, the day it premiered, people were still like, wow, it's been 3 days since April Fool's, but we thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was right after April Fool's. I mean, that's just when Top 5 came out on the Tuesday. And April Fool's was a couple days before. So what do you want from me, man? I can't get everything exactly perfect.
Right.
But that was a lot of fun, man. I think that, this is one of my favorites for sure. I'm glad you got to host it. What we're going to be doing in between the numbers here, I'm going to introduce some of our favorite moments from the show as well. So I want to throw to our favorite gags, our favorite little skits and intros. I'm going to cut to that right now, so go ahead and take it away. A, B, C, D. Oh, worse than Nicolas Cage. Let's do this.
There's ham!
There's ham?
There's ham!
There's ham!
Or toast. Toast!
Toast! Yeah! Yeah! Optimus Primal, maximize!
Hey, Walter!
Looking for us.
The human building!
Number 4. Top 5 best/worst The Room moments.
This was a really fun one. Ayana got to co-host this one with me. There's a funny story behind this one. Hello?
Hey, Heather. Hey, Walter. I was hoping to be there in person to help out with the episode, but I'm busy fighting crime by moonlight. You know how that goes.
I thought I'd still call in and give my thoughts on the best/worst moments from The Room. I like when Walter and I actually went to a screening of The Room before seeing The Disaster Artist. And yes, we were actually pelted by raining plastic spoons. I also really liked making The Room opening when I got to walk Walter through each of the scenes from the movie. That was super fun. And we even got to have a catch. Oh yeah, and best of all, I got to pet that doggy. Hi, doggy. This was a surprisingly difficult countdown to decide, since the whole movie is the disaster that you can't look away from. But how do you choose the best? Or, I guess, the worst? It's tearing me apart, Walter!
Yeah, I never saw The Room before. This this episode of Top 5.
Yeah.
Disaster Artist was coming out as the perfect storm of terribleness for this point. And, my favorite episode of Nostalgia Critic is The Room.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think everyone voted when we did the top 5 best Nostalgia Critic episodes.
Yeah.
They voted for that as their favorite as well. So everyone really likes the episode. It was an eventful time for me. And I think the episode captured a lot of that stuff. The Room is kind of an easy target, I think we could say. But at the same time, I thought we did a lot of really funny bits in there. And thank you very much, Ayana, wherever you are. We've had a lot of great guests on Top 5, Heather, including
Yes.
you even before you were a normal host on the show. Ayana, Tamara, Hello Greedo, a lot of people who have co-hosted the show with me over these couple years. And we're going to get to some of the favorite moments that we have of those guests right now. So take it away again. You two, think of something.
Us?
No, the skeletons behind you, they do really good work. Yes, you! Dumb! Get to work! Dumb!
What's up with the Power Ranger helmet?
Oh, I just wanted to make you feel at home.
It's okay. You don't have to wear that.
I think I did.
Walter, take off the helmet.
Okay.
You're doing a top 5 of DBZ and you didn't invite me.
Let's do this, football head.
Hey! I am not doing my Stan Lee impression, all right? It's not gonna happen. Excelsior!
Bloody Bay. Who dares summon the Great Bay? Love.
You mean I shaved my head for nothing?
We'll catch you on the next page.
Awesome Comics isn't coming back.
Number 3. Top 5 best Nostalgia Critic episodes. So this is, I'm pretty sure, the longest episode of Top 5.
Yeah.
This is
It's like
almost a half hour.
Yeah, 30 minutes almost.
Yeah, I really put a lot of work into this one.
It shows.
Yeah, well, thanks.
That's part of what's great about the episode is that you can tell that it wasn't just, okay, another episode. Like, I loved that we had your input, everyone.
Right. It was
like,
all
you guys
voting.
got to vote. Obviously, it was a labor of love from you,
Sure.
something that you were like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm excited to do this.
Right. I mean, I had the idea like a month before, and I think I called Doug to ask him if that would be cool to like celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Nostalgia Critic and everything. And I've told this story before, but I am a Nostalgia Critic fan before joining Channel Awesome or anything. I did watch Doug for years beforehand. So yeah, and like we said, The Room got number 1 there. The It review, the original It review was in there. A lot of
classic.
Right, Batman and
Batman
Robin.
Yep.
Right, I mean, that credit card can't really top that. That moment, I think, is maybe the top Nostalgia Critic moment that everybody remembers the most. People
Right.
still go up to Doug and ask him about that stuff.
Right.
So I'm glad that Doug let me do that. And it was really kind of a labor of love for me to go through all that stuff. And I really like the intro. I'm really proud of how that intro turned out, kind of starting at his first review and doing like the rewind thing and everything. So that worked out really well. I thought the interviews were really insightful
Yes.
from everyone. I thought everyone involved did a great job just talking about the legacy of the show and the stuff that they were involved in. So It was a lot of fun to put together. I'm really, really proud of that one. It's also the top viewed episode of Top 5.
Okay.
We were trending, actually. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
We were trending for a little bit there. The Top 5 episode was trending. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool achievement. And I'm really proud of that episode. And if you guys are watching this channel, you feel the same way that I do about Nostalgia Critic and everything. So thanks for watching him for 10 years. Thanks for watching this show for over 100 episodes now. And there are still 2 more episodes to get to.
There are.
Yes. So before we get to number 2, I did want to mention that there's a guy on this show I'm a big fan of.
A certain man.
He kind of comes in the background a lot of the time. Mr. Jim J. Ross, I'm also a big fan of.
We all are.
Man, a few words on this show, but the things that make me laugh the most on Top 5 are always Jim's voice.
It's always Jim.
Whatever, no matter how many times I've seen him, if I'm watching back editing or just if I haven't seen an episode in a long time and one of his moments comes up, I always just laugh. It's so great. So here's a little compilation of my favorite Jim moments right now. You want to do the countdown with me?
No.
Oh, hi, Jim.
You're pathetic. Hey, Jim, can you build me a suit of armor from scratch? Sure thing. Hey, Jim, can you build a spaceship by tomorrow? No problem. Hey, Jim, can you harness the power of darkness through music? You got it. Just stay out of my goddamn scene shop. Whatever. Are you supposed to be some kind of Disney prince or something?
I'm a vampire.
Halloween's over, man.
Well, now I feel stupid.
Martha! 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 Martha!
Number 2. Top 5 best 90s Nickelodeon shows.
Got a special guest for this? Hey, look, it's Tamara Chambers.
Hey there.
Who was on the episode. I thought you did a great job getting
Thank
to
you.
recount some of our favorite 90s Nickelodeon memories. It was a lot of fun.
Fighting Rob on it.
Fighting Rob.
Yes.
This was a rare non-Dino Rob appearance on the show.
80s Kid Rob.
80s Kid Rob.
To the death.
Right. Like, those shirts are so awesome. We got that at C2E2, the convention in Chicago.
Which is perfect because Robin, it was perfect for the episode, but we really do talk about 80s versus 90s with Rob a lot.
All the time.
And I rest somewhere in the middle, which I just get to like
hey,
go
you're on the
between
fence.
both.
Play both sides.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, so playing that up for the episode I thought was really cool. Just, I just wanted him to wear the shirt first. But then he came in and was like, well, I'm going to put on this red mohawk and like these gloves and this chain. I was like, I didn't ask you to do that, Rob.
I didn't ask for this, but here we are, and it's genius.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob.
It is hilarious. I rewatched it very recently, and it was still that intro is very funny with him.
You turned the Clarissa Explains It All thing into my Tamara's Never Seen intro.
Yeah, so we got a lot of mileage out of that. That was a lot of fun to put together. This is why I like this episode so much, because we did like these little intros and outros that had to do with the shows that we were talking about. And definitely my favorite one was the Clarissa intro you got to do. So you got to do the snap and then go into spell out your name and everything.
It's perfect for the Tamara's Never Seen intro, but I have to admit something.
What?
I think I've seen like one episode of
Oh,
no!
Tamara!
You've never seen that?
I'm walking. This is
shocking. Shocking that you've never seen it.
I know. It's going to surprise and awe everyone.
It's true. I just love getting to watch at least 1 or 2 episodes of all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark? I love our intro, Are You Afraid of the Dark, with the the lights off and the flashlights and everything.
Yeah.
And that birthed the October top 5 that year when we did Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps episodes, which you guys really, really liked. So we got a lot of stuff out of this episode, and I love 90s Nickelodeon. I did the Nicktoons before that, and doing the live action shows with you on board. That was great. I'm glad that you got to be on there.
It was really fun. Yeah. Also with the Hey Arnold episode too.
Yeah, and you're on there with Hey Arnold too. Like you're my Nickelodeon buddy.
Absolutely. To the death.
To the death. The second best out of all of them. This is my second favorite episode.
I love it.
It was me and you. We did it. We did it. Huzzah.
And I cheered. Good job, guys. You're looking great.
Yes.
I needed that. Thank you.
So, today as we're recording this is National Power Rangers Day. I'm wearing my Power Rangers colors. A big part of this show throughout, like little blips of Power Ranger stuff in there. And my main enemy, we just talked about him, Dino Rob. To the death we fought. He died, I won. Actually, we won.
You just need to point that out.
I did.
He died. I'm the
If
winner.
you didn't
Just
see
so
it,
you
maybe
know.
you should go to the last episode and watch that I killed him. We killed him.
We did.
Me,
We did,
you,
together.
and Ayana killed him. So he's dead now, and all's right with the world. But we had a lot of good times while he was here. So here are some of our favorite moments with Power Rangers and Dino Rock.
And the number one best top 5 episode is the top 5 worst Full House episodes.
So this one had a lot of people in it. Just about everybody
Yes.
at some point. Including your twin.
My real actual twin sister. Yeah, that was
your idea too,
It
which
was.
I love. I was
Because
like,
it was
that's an idea.
Right, we were talking about the idea of this episode, and I was just kind of like, well, I have a real twin sister. If you want us to do the Michelle thing, and we'll do the Olsen twin thing
And
where
I
we
did.
switch out in it, we switch in and out, and we'll both be in the intro, and that was so much fun though.
It was great, man. It was great. And just, I went through that intro of Full House really meticulously.
Yes.
And tried every little zoom out or zoom in I copied for our intro.
Right.
I thought that intro turned out so good. We got to have a drone shot. So my cousin Alyssa got to shoot some stuff aerially for us. That looked really good. We got the intro with the cityscape and everything, which looked great, which added some depth to that little intro for us. Barney made the music for us.
Yeah.
This was a real team effort one for that intro. I thought it just turned out so well. I legitimately do love Full House.
Yes.
So
that's not an act, and
no.
Doug legitimately
Doug
hates Full House.
He hates it. Watch the Nostalgia Critic review of that for more of his thoughts. But so I just wrote a thing I was annoying everyone with how much I love Full House, and they got sick of it, so they counted down the worst Full House episodes and took me out of the equation. So as a writer for this is probably my favorite episode that I wrote because I got to write for everyone else, mocking a show that I love, but in everyone else's voices, especially in Doug's voice, because I really try to make my best attempt at a Nostalgia Critic rant in there. I think Doug pulled it off really well. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's all in the performance, and I've watched so many Nostalgia Critic episodes that I think I know his voice decently and what he would say in certain situations. So I thought that it turned out really well with him reading off that stuff, and even everyone else, like Malcolm's stuff was really funny, I thought. Your stuff and your sister's stuff was great. You switching out in between cuts, and then Doug kind of noticing it in the background.
Yes, and there was a cut that you didn't end up using because there was one take where Doug actually turned to her and was like, "How are you?" Which didn't end up in the final episode.
I wanted to keep a little mystery there, but it was funny. You look in the background, eventually they start noticing that you're not you. So I thought that turned out
because we're not identical,
Right.
so at least I don't think we look alike. So I didn't think the joke would be I knew it would be funny, but I love the comments where people were in the comments where they were saying, am I crazy or is the brunette changing?
Like, I can't, is someone in the background like changing? I can't tell.
Is something wrong? Heather?
We got to fool a couple people, so yeah, that was great. So yeah, just as a writing challenge, this was great. As a writing for other people and just trying to capture voices and doing that intro, this all worked out like perfectly, I think. And I love Full House still, but it was great to sort of tap into what people don't like about the show and just sort of dig into that and like let other people talk about it for me.
Yeah.
So I know Full House is not perfect, okay?
Right, we get it.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people.
He knows.
Right, a
It's
lot of
okay,
people don't
Internet.
like, but I like.
Well, and actually, one of my favorite, I was just thinking about this, one of my favorite gifts, like, ever of Channel Awesome came out of this episode as well. When we're talking about the fundraising episode and we're all jumping around, it's like 1 million F's not given. It's like, yeah!
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
It's like my favorite.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching 100 episodes of Top 5 so far. Please keep watching. We have a lot of great stuff in the pipeline coming up here for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And having Ayana back on board when she comes back from wherever she is.
Right.
Will be great to have the trio back together again next week. So thank you guys for watching. Heather, where can we check out on social media?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, where I play games on Wednesday nights.
Ooh, Twitch, that's the cool stuff.
Yeah.
You can check me out on Twitter, which is at awesome_Walter, or you can go on Facebook, where I'm on a little bit more often these days, which is facebook.com/AwesomeWalterB, because someone took Awesome Walter, and his name's not even Walter. Don't know why they did that, but good job, you guy. Anyway, check us out on there if you want to talk to us a little bit more. Definitely leave your opinions about your favorite top 5 episode below, your best moments, what your favorite things are about the show. And look, it's not going to be a top 5 worst episodes of top 5. We hear every week what you guys don't like, okay? So we appreciate your input, negative, positive, whatever. Thank you for reacting to the show and sticking with us for so long. We will be back here next week with a brand new episode of Top 5, back to the regular format. But today was a good day to reflect on 100 episodes.
Yeah.
2 years of the show. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm Walter Benasiak.
I'm Heather Roos.
And we'll catch you next week on Top 5. Bye, everybody.